Hello there and welcome. My name is Samantha Jayne and you are watching my weekly vibe show where I hope to bring through to everyone watching or listening some guidance into how the energies are going to play out this week. My role is to support you on your journey energetically, and give you insight into how to get the best out of the week ahead. So this week, the moon is in that Taurus energy, and this one is encouraging us to pay a lot more attention to our physical needs and our material world and how those two come together. So the energies are encouraging us to get comfortable and to recognize what we need in order to be comfortable in our lives. You know, it's okay to have needs, it's okay to have wants, but we may need to take some time out this week just to check things, just to be sure, because we're going to have this strong desire coming in to grow and improve our lives. So we may have a rethink about what we need in our world to give us that sense of comfort and security. So I am talking money and I am talking materialistic things. It is also a great week for intellect, for intelligence, for knowledge, for information, and we are going to have this strong desire to grow and improve ourselves mentally in particular, but potentially spiritually as well. So if you work in learning, if you're studying is what I mean by that, or if perhaps you are actually teaching, or you work in the world of communication, then this week can be a really good week for you. Great time to study. Many of you may find yourselves wanting to sign up and learn something new as well. And, you know, it is also a week where we can come into contact with people who share that interest or that desire for that growth. And there'll just be this meeting of minds. Then through that, we become more open to new ideas. And this is great because those ideas are going to help us to grow, going to help us to improve our lives, but also to bring in some kind of expansion, whether that is business growth, growth within your family, growth in your love life. Something is going to help you this week if you are open to learning and growing. Another side of that, though, is that we may also gain some information that then presents us with a little bit of a challenge, but at the same time is showing and guiding us on how to move forward. So remember, what challenges does not kill us. It helps us to grow. Embrace the growth that the universe, God, the angels, whatever your belief system is sending you this week. So it is a great week for some healthy conversations with other people. And especially if you need to tackle some problems, tackle some issues, then this is a powerful week for that because your problem solving skills are going to be really strong. So use your intuition and your intellect together to find a way forwards, because that communication level is really improving. And we also, again, are going to learn about ourselves through the way that we handle ourselves as we solve those problems or tackle those problems at least. We do have to watch, so on the negative end of this spectrum of energy, that we may experience some blocks simply through old insecurities starting to rise. So just watch for your motivation level dropping or the energy of resentment creeping in, which is really coming in to show you that you still have some sort of block at play because of insecurities. But we are entering a new cycle. It's about letting go of old blocks and embracing the new. So this new moon is a great one to be committing to your personal goals. It's also a time where I am to encourage you, say I, the big I am, is to encourage you to really enjoy some simple things in life that bring you great pleasure. Those can be physical things. It can also be things like good food, good company, good wine, whatever it is that floats that boat. Make sure you are taking time to appreciate what you have got, and most importantly, yourself as well. We need to do more of that. in order to encourage an abundant mental and emotional state of relationship with ourselves. So make sure you spend time this week stopping and smelling those roses and enjoying what is good in your world. And again, as part of that, in those moments, you're going to become increasingly aware of what will make you feel much more comfortable and much more secure in your world. As I always say to my coaching clients, do not follow a poor guru. They do not understand how this world truly works and the law of attraction. There is nothing wrong with having financial gain. There is nothing wrong with having material things if they genuinely bring you joy and you are not putting stress into your world about financing those things. So don't be afraid to go for things. Don't be afraid or embarrassed to want things. These should be things that help you feel much more secure, content, and comfortable in this world, so that is then the energy that you are giving out into the world. So it is a good cycle as well to perhaps reevaluate your relationship with money. You know, is it something you love, something you enjoy? Is it something you fear, stress, or worry about? If you're always worrying about money, you're going to always be worrying about money. So make sure this week that you are in the group of people that are letting go of fear around money in order to increase your abundant state. So it is, as I say, about being happy and fulfilled this week. And we may find ourselves very much inspired and determined to start a whole new chapter somewhere. And again, that is because of that wanting to grow, wanting to develop, wanting to expand your knowledge and your know-how and your life experiences. The last year has really shown us that we need to get back out into this world and enjoy the world and appreciate the world that we live in. However, many of us will still experience some limits, some blocks, and some rules. And so those challenges may take up a little bit of your energy this week as you start to pursue that new, fresh chapter. We also have to watch for being far too laid back or even controlling when it comes to these things. So be spending time working on getting that balance right in your world, and you should be aligning yourself to a fantastic new chapter. So it can be a time when we are going to see some of you bring in some really big and important changes into your lives. And even if this is the small steps, you will look back on this time and recognize that there was actually a big shift right now, whether it was a mindset thing, a healing thing, or you changed something in your life that represented big change for you. This is a time for reaping rewards from those beginnings, no matter how big or small they may appear to be to other people. And that is going to remain with you for the next 2 weeks. So make the next 14 days count. We're going into, you see, a pre-Mercury retrograde season. And when you get to that, towards the end of the week, you're going to need to start to reflect. You're going to find yourself starting to reconsider your options and your choices that you have made. And just sort of be checking in just to be sure that the things you are choosing to create with the universe still fit your picture of what brings you comfort and what brings you security in your world. So I hope that is helping you so far. I'm just going to ask my guys to bring through a little bit of extra guidance for you through the tarot as always. So let me see what they are going to give us for the week ahead. So again, new beginnings, growth, birth. See, what comes up really key is the Empress card. Can you see that? Oh, it's playing up on the camera. It's the Empress card, and that is all about that rebirth or that complete new birth. It's about beginnings. It's about growth. It's about fertility. It is about new beginnings and new understandings of who you are as you now have opportunity to create a world that you are going to enjoy because you are inspired within it and because you are growing within it. So you may have to drop your guard and be part of conversations. Can only have conversations with people if we let people in. We can only make new connections and be inspired by new thinking, other people's thinking, by opening ourselves up to communication with new people, not going back to old people and going over the old ground over and over again. This is a week for taking control. This is a week for getting your life to flow, but it is also a week for choosing what your flow looks like, what that represents, and how it needs to be. But you should have a whole lot of energy coming in spiritually to support you on that journey of walking forward. So be aware of that. Thank the universe for that energy and keep breathing it in. This is a time, again, I'm being shown to watch for inner battles. It will only be your stuff that's coming up to clear. It's not about other people. It is about you. So pay attention to what is playing out around you. Pay attention to your triggers and know that some of you watching this week may have a little bit of inner work to do, but that's okay. That is all part of growth. That is all part of ascension. That is a part of clearing your life to have better days. When it comes to work and business aspects, opportunities are coming in. You may not quite see them yet, but I suspect that this week you're going to feel them, certainly as the week begins. And then as we get to the end of the week, then yes, you could be making choices that may seem a little bit challenging to do, but you will be walking forwards and not looking back. This is a week when it comes to relationships to be mindful where your disappointments have been and to also stop going over them. If you're constantly feeling disappointed in other people, it may be time to let go for a little while so that you can focus on where the love is. This is a week to go where the love is. That is where you are supposed to be. So just be mindful if you are white knuckling, if you're holding on to a relationship scenario that is disappointing and makes you feel rejected and dejected. So just let that go and turn around and focus on where the good is, where the love is. That's where you need to be in order to grow. When it comes to spiritual and personal growth, what I'm being shown is that this is very much a week for paying attention to your intuition in order for luck to be on your side. So watch for that. Luck is very much at play. Yes, it comes through change and through the inner changes that some of you may experience. You are going to really feel that change, that shift, and that spiritual growth. So even if you find yourself in other people's battles, other people's trauma, keep remembering that it is your choice how much you get involved, how much you take on, and how much you own. So I hope that that helps you, and I have served you well here this evening or daytime, where depending on where you are in the world. So make sure you grab these energies and run with them and enjoy this positive, creative season before we step into Mercury retrograde. Have a great week and keep shining.